Welcome back to the news.
Addiction comes in various forms. No matter how many drug abuse prevention campaigns are initiated across the country, addicts find various means in which to feed their addictions. If urgent action is not taken to identify these high-risk methods and take appropriate preventive measures, then it is unavoidable that future generations too could be victimized.
This is a morphine pill. For several years we used heroin, but when we could not get heroin anymore, we switched to morphine pills. Morphine is a painkiller which is generally used on victims of accidents with serious injuries and to ease the pain of cancer patients. This group uses morphine as an alternative to heroin to feed their addiction. We do not get these pills used for cancer from anywhere. We cannot get it from pharmacies. We get it through other means. The director of the National Drug Regulatory Authority, Dr. Hemantha Benragama, notes that under the relevant act, morphine cannot be sold by a pharmacy without a doctor's prescription, and even in supplying pharmacies with morphine, strict regulations are in place. This must be sold only by a pharmacist at a registered pharmacy in accordance with the doctor's prescription. It can only be issued for the relevant time. If it is needed beyond that, then the approval of the authority is needed, and in most cases it is not given. If there is a special request, then approval is granted only after the patient's records are thoroughly examined. How is it that a drug which has its sale and distribution severely regulated that finds its way to dealers in Moratuwa? The Drug Regulatory Authority says that it is prohibited for the drug to be stored externally. It cannot be kept anywhere except for a pharmacy. Permission has been granted for this to be stored under strict conditions under the protection of an official. The police know where it is being sold. They do not raid them, they only catch us. If I give them information saying I bought it from some place, they throw me into prison, but they do not catch the dealer. About 3 years ago, we received a report of the sale of the drug in an area close to Colombo, and our officials, together with the police, conducted a raid and took legal action. But we have not received any recent reports of the sale of this type of pill. They come from various places. We do not know where it is coming from, but we buy it from somewhere. There are a lot of people now. It has spread rapidly. Even schoolboys are using. The morphine pill has spread as much. If this is found on any person in a private place, it is a highly illegal matter. If we are informed, then we can seek the assistance of the police and conduct investigations to determine where it was released from.
On to business news, Moody's Investors Service says that Sri Lanka's economy faces slow growth and elevated external pressure in the year ahead. Moody's views were contained in a report that was released today titled Sri Lanka Post-IMF Backdrop Downward Growth Pressures and Elevated External Pressures.
In its report, Moody's said that although Sri Lankan government is likely to continue to make gradual progress in reducing its deficit, the debt burden will remain high. Moody's also say in its report that while the government will gradually reduce its budget deficit, the composition of deficit reduction will be key. The report examines the credit implications of Sri Lanka's decision on the 12th of February to not seek a new funding program of the IMF following the successful completion of the $2.6 billion standby agreement last year. The ratings agency notes in its report that the absence of a new funding program is credited negative from the perspectives of external payments and growth. Moody's also notes that the high inflation and the rapid credit growth are risks to the macroeconomic stability of the country.
At the interactive dialogue with the independent expert on minority issues parallel to the 22nd UN Human Rights Council session in Geneva, Sri Lanka said that it was aware of how racial and other ideologies could be manipulated by extremist elements seeking to foster fascist and separatist agendas. The Sri Lankan representative had also said that the country is aware of how this could be used to engender hatred and violence which threatens the sovereignty and territorial integrity of states. The representative had also noted that despite many positive developments, challenges remain and Sri Lanka would continue to strive for the realization of an integrally pluralistic society.
An event was held in Jaffna yesterday to commemorate former leader of the Tamil United Liberation Front, Apillai Arunalingam.
A group including the son of the late A. Amirthalingam, Bhagirathan, graced the event, which was organized by the Jaffna office of the TULF. A library was also declared open yesterday in memory of Appapillai Amirthalingam. My father entered politics prepared to sacrifice even his life. We have lost hundreds of thousands of people, thousands of young men and women. There are thousands of people who were killed, unaware of why they were being killed or why they were being chased away. When comparing these incidents, they are more unbearable than my father dying after entering politics. We are prepared to be united. There is no point at which we have not gone for talks. There isn't a single person who did not go for talks. We met and held discussions with Indira Gandhi. We held discussions with Manmohan Singh. We held discussions with former President J.R. Jayawardena, and we held discussions with Chandrika Bandaranayake. We tirelessly went for talks, but today there are some people who behave thinking that we are not aware of anything.
United National Party parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake says that the electricity tariff should not be increased. The MP made this comment at an event held in Colombo today.
We have
received information that the electricity tariff will be increased on the 1st of April. I do not know whether the prices of electricity will be increased by 50%. The Public Utilities Commission is asking the people for their views as well. Will the public say to increase the prices of electricity? The people are told to provide their views in 2 weeks. We are urging the authorities not to increase the tariffs but to reduce it.
Up next is Action TV.
When considering the views expressed by the Vice Chairman of the Paliagoda Urban Council regarding a brawl that took place between himself and the Council Chairman this morning, the extent of the mess to which waste management at this Urban Council has been brought to becomes evident. He and his driver assaulted me over a waste dump in Paliagoda. I have lodged a complaint and he too has lodged a complaint against me with the Paliagoda police. The location mentioned by the Vice Chairman is not a suitable location for waste disposal. On the 11th of November last year, Action TV pointed out that not only is the disposal of waste on Gongalegoda Bandar Rajamawatha an insult to the name, but also a severe inconvenience to the people residing there. There are minor problems, but there is no need to worry about this. There have been waste problems like this in the past. This is a minor issue. Even after the chairman made this clarification, Minister Mervyn Silva, who was the electorate organizer for Kalaniya at the time, gave priority to this issue. The waste problem will be resolved. The Vice Chairman has been given the necessary orders. He has been instructed to have discussions with me and act in accordance with the Chairman's instructions. This must be either removed instantly or until it is removed, it must be covered and it must be out of sight. On the 28th of last month, Action TV revealed once again that the problem had been aggravated as a result of the failure to carry out the task bestowed upon the Vice Chairman by the Minister before the Chairman himself. Action TV also revealed a reason for this problem to crop up. The reason was that the Paliagoda Urban Council has granted one tender for waste collected within the council area to be brought to this location and another tender for it to be taken from here to the permanent landfill. Since we were unable to speak to the chairman, who is currently receiving treatment in hospital, it cannot be established as to whether the waste disposal issue was the cause for the brawl between himself and the vice chairman. Be that as it may, Rajamawatha is still a dump. Is there no permanent solution to this issue? Western Province Local Government Commissioner, this one is over to you.
News First U reporter Chandan Oduwalla from Hanguranketa filed this report.
What you are witnessing here is the weekday market. This market, which has been tendered for 600,200, has not been provided with the basic facilities by the Pradesh Sabha. Sanitation facilities, provisions for water and a proper drainage has not been provided in this market. As a result, the residents and shoppers are severely inconvenienced, especially during rainy days. Meanwhile, there is no proper system of disposing garbage that is being collected. Therefore, the garbage is being disposed in a private plot of land.
Chandan Oduwalla, U reporter, Hanguranketa. News
Time now for our Big Match Fever special segment.
Deshan Jayakumar captains Isipatana College Colombo for their 50th annual big match against Thurston College Colombo. Isipatana skipper Deshan Jayakumar has amassed 500 runs in 15 matches this season. The Isipatana squad consists of 6 batsmen, 5 fast bowlers and 3 spinners. The team is coached by Bradman Edrivira. Isipatana College Colombo have won the big match on 4 occasions and have lost 5 times. Meanwhile, Ramidu Kumar Singh captains Thurston College Colombo. He has amassed 986 runs in 16 games and has bagged 40 wickets this season. The Thurston College squad consists of 8 batsmen, 4 fast bowlers and 4 spinners. The team is coached by Sanjeeva Silva. The 50th big match between the two schools will be played on the 22nd and 23rd of this month at the SSC grounds in Colombo.
Moving on to the basketball court, the Miami Heat won their 19th game in a row after defeating the Atlanta Hawks 98 points to 81 in the NBA this morning, Sri Lankan time.
Against Atlanta.
Dwayne Wade scored 23 points, LeBron James had 15 and Chris Bosh with Mario Chalmers had 14 each for the Heat, who are now tied for the 5th longest winning streak in NBA history.
And a nice finish there by
Josh Smith scored 15 for the Hawks. Al Horford and Jeff Teague had 12 each.
second quarter. That's my former teammate.
The Miami Heat controlled the game from the tip-off, leading the game wire to wire. It is the first game they haven't trailed at all since February 14 when they won at Oklahoma City.
Bosh, 20-footer. That's good.
The Heat will try for their 20th win in a row tonight at Philadelphia.
Chris Anderson. Wham with
Only 3 teams in NBA history have won at least 20 consecutive games in the same season. The Los Angeles Lakers have won it 33 in a row, the Houston Rockets have won 22 and the Milwaukee Bucks have 20.
more points in 10 straight games.
Well, with that, we wrap up today's news bulletin here on MTV Sports. I'm Krishna Panditaratna.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Good night and good luck.